Last night, Neil deGrasse Tyson blew my mind. He reminded me of something very important that we as creative people forget about, we as human beings forget about, and something that we really need to remember as we go along our creative process. That's coming up. What's going on, everybody? Youngman Brown here, and this is Your Creative Push, the podcast and YouTube channel that helps to push you to pursue your own creative passions. And I'm joined with Sadie, as you saw, and my other dog, Vixie, back there. And today, I want to talk about what Neil deGrasse Tyson taught me last night, or really reminded me of something that I forget all the time in my creative process, and one of the biggest kind of creative hurdles that I always have to get over. And that is, you good? And to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, his talk was titled The Inexplicable Universe, Unanswered Questions. And in his talk, he discussed things that science has gotten wrong in the past and things that we still don't know about the universe. Things like quarks, dark matter, dark energy, the multiverse, all these awesome questions that listeners of the podcast know that I love thinking about. But one of the things that always gets me and kind of stops me is the fact that I'm just a dude. I am not a scientist. I don't know anything other than what I see in documentaries and read in books about the inner workings of the universe. Yet I love to think about those things. But when it comes time to write about them or make music videos about them, I have this block where I have that imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to talk about these things? And one of the messages of Your Creative Push podcast is to talk about the things that you think about all the time and to incorporate your interests and the things that you're always thinking about into your art, into your creative process. And regardless of me kind of preaching that, it's still something that always gets me. And Neil deGrasse Tyson's talk last night reminded me of the fact that scientists don't even necessarily know the answers to these questions. So why not? Why not me? Why not me ask those questions? Why not me explore consciousness and the universe through my own artistic expression and ask questions to answers that we don't have? And it also reminded me of the fact that we are all imposters. Every single one of us. So when you're struggling with imposter syndrome, just remember that nobody in existence, in all of mankind, has had all the answers. Nobody knows exactly what we're doing here, or even closely to what we're doing here. Some people think they do. Some people have an idea. Everybody has their own opinion, and it is great to explore those individual opinions. And your voice and your questions are incredibly valid, not just to other people and advancing kind of the human race, but advancing yourself and figuring out what your place in this existence is. It's kind of the whole purpose of creativity, in my opinion, is to ask those questions, to figure out where you fit into the universe and where the universe fits into you. So the encouragement that I received last night is my encouragement to you as well. As you're sitting down to write, to sculpt, to paint, to create music, to take photographs, whatever your creative thing is, just remember that we are all imposters, every single one of us. Even scientists throughout history who have made groundbreaking discoveries have been proven wrong or have been added to. We're all just these nodes of knowledge, and it's our role, I believe, as creative people to ask questions and to unabashedly ask questions, to not be afraid to ask questions and to incorporate those questions and embrace those questions into our art and creativity, and to maybe even give some answers that we think are answers, even if we know that they're not. That's our role. My favorite quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson is, "The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you." And that's so true, but it's also so true about creativity. it doesn't have to make sense to you. You just have to be a part of it and to incorporate it into you. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Don't be afraid to provide some answers, even if that is just questions and answers for yourself in your role in this crazy thing we call life. Hopefully this was encouraging to you. Please consider hitting the thumbs up, also subscribing so that you can get pushed in the future if you need that extra push as you get to your creative process and maybe need to be reminded that it's okay to be an imposter. But that's all I've got. That's all Vixie's got. That's all Sadie's got for you today. And just remember that the universe needs your creativity and your creations, and you are the universe. So keep creating.